Distractions. Everybody deals with them. But the kind of distractions I'm talking about are the distractions of the past and how they affect your ways to manifest things. Now, this is something that I know a lot about because my upbringing when I was a child and even beyond that was not easy. And it always comes back to haunt you. I'm not saying I had a terrible childhood. It was more emotionally damaging than anything else. But what you have to realize is people say forgive and forget or let it go. And to be honest, and a little jokingly, the let it go scenario works well in the animated Frozen movie that you watch with the kids. But it's not the way to do it with your past. If you had problems in your past, you have to remember those. Don't let it go. See, many people say forgive and forget, but they never do. Take a relationship. Excuse me, for instance. Put yourself in the, whether you're a man or a woman, either way. But since I'm a man, I'll give to you from my perspective. A guy does something wrong. Nothing huge. Say forgets to fix something or doesn't finish a job right away. Putting down hardwood floors or something. He doesn't get it done as quickly as his girlfriend or wife would want. And, okay, when he gets it done after she complains, then, okay, forgive and forget. You guys have an argument about it. It's fine. It's over, you think. A year or so later, guy does something wrong again. Say he goes out with his friends, does nothing wrong, just forgot to tell her exactly what time he'd be back. She starts getting upset and say, remember a year or two ago when you didn't finish that floor? See, the point is not to pick on people, but people do not forgive and forget, like to say. Things are always stored up here, so you must remember them. And same way with the woman doing something wrong, the guy will nitpick too. Excuse me. I'm sorry about that. Had to belch. The guy will nitpick the woman too, so I'm not being sexist here. Don't worry about it. Anyway, my point is, say you have some deep-seated issues from your childhood. I don't care what they were. Well, I do care, but I don't mean to sound insensitive. But say your mom and dad got divorced, and you was young. Excuse me again. And I don't know, you'd pick the age, whatever. And most kids think when their parents fight, it's their fault. And then that grows up to be in the adulthood, and maybe why some of their relationships don't work. Because it's always in the back of their head. They're not remembering it, but every time a fight between you and your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife comes up, something triggers inside you that says, oh shit, I better be careful, or this relationship will get ruined. And there you go, you're manifesting negative things. Your mind and you just said, oh shit, I gotta be careful or I'll ruin this. And what happens? You end up ruining it. So, the point here is, in order to get past things, provided you don't go to a psychologist and spend thousands of dollars and countless hours to work on things, but you have to remember them. You have to realize if your parents fought when you was young, got divorced or not, you have to realize that's not your fault. Don't take on their baggage. You've taken it on way too long. Me personally, I don't have that issue that I just spoke about. I got other issues that every child has. Every child picks up on negative vibrations from their parents. Whether it's single parent, both parents, extended family, whatever. The point is you have to remember those. So, you don't manifest more of it into your life. Because things will sneak up on you. Bad memories are terrible. If you think you forgot them, there's no way in hell you forgot them. Okay, I don't have any brothers or sisters, but let's say for argument's sake you do. And you and your sister, I picked on women earlier, so you and your brother had a terrible fight when you were, say, 11 years old. And it ended in one of you having an accident. You had to, you broke something, say a lamp, nothing huge. And you got yelled at up one side and down the other by your mother when she got home from work. And then again when your father got home from work. What's going to happen? It's going to leave scars in your brain. And you're going to remember that. And then say, okay, 6 months or so later, you and your brother get into it again. You may not break anything, but both your parents, one at a time, will say, remember when you broke that? And start berating you. Because they haven't learned better. Don't blame them. Don't blame them now. It's long since over. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is people tend to repeat the past because they don't learn from it. It's just like the saying goes. Learn from, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. It's the same way with this. If you don't learn from history and accept it, you will never manifest anything worthwhile. So you have to help yourself by remembering. So you and your brother, let's go with that there, you and your brother got into it, broke something, got yelled at by both parents, and maybe you got some animosity toward your brother. And that's fine. You know, you have to work that out. But don't forget it. Don't forget the small things, because every time you try to manifest, or say you have kids, one of them breaks something, what's your gut reaction gonna do? Your conscious mind says, I need to tell them that'll be okay, just don't fight no more. But your subconscious mind is going to lash out at them kids as something fierce because you were lashed out at. So don't let the past rule your present or your future. Remember, it's just like the saying, like I said, if you don't learn from history, you're doomed to repeat it. If you don't remember your own history, you are doomed to repeat it. You are going to be doomed not to get anything big that you want, because those feelings, every time something crops up, you think you've long since forgot it. But damn, it'll come back and bite you. And therefore, a lot of the work you've done will be undone. So remember your past. Otherwise, it will be your worst enemy. Because it'll sneak up on you. Alright. I hope you got something out of that. It was meant on a positive light. I realize it kind of sounded negative, but it was meant positively. So, if you got something out of that and you liked it or it resonated with you at all, please hit the thumbs up or like button. And if you have not already, please subscribe. And I'll be back with you soon on a different topic. Until then.